horseback, I think.
To keep them corralled.
Yeah, keep them corralled, yeah. And Mom and I, we rode in a buggy, and then somebody was in the buggy with us that could get out and help if they needed help to make a turn or something. It all worked good.
Who moved on to the farm there with Stanley? What is that?
Eddie Wilkie.
He moved there, and that's why you moved to Huron?
That wasn't the reason, but Dad was looking for a larger farm, so he
Oh.
had big boys, and that was only an 80-acre farm, so Dad was looking for some ground.
To feed
And
his
then
growing
he started
family.
out, then his brother died, and then he bought his brother's farm. Grandpa did. My dad brought his brother's farm, and that was a 240-acre farm. See, that had more acres for the boys than he had.
And where was that at? In
That's it.
Huron also?
Yeah, where Uncle Bill,
Okay.
if you went, remember Uncle Bill was?
Yeah, I remember kind of roughly where it's at.
Yeah.
So, if you lived on Stanley Getzencourt's farm, then you grew up right through the field from Grandpa, from
Yeah.
Bill,
So,
from
yeah,
your husband.
I knew him.
All through grade, did you go to school with him?
Not necessarily in the same room, but yeah, my dad knew him, and Dad always bragged. He was such a good little working boy, with fashion, helping fashion each other. Then he always bragged, Dad thought a lot of him.
How much older was he than you?
Just 3 years.
3 years?
See, Millie Timmerman here, she was my age. She was in my class. So we were neighbors and friends.
So your dad was very happy when you said you were going to say yes
I guess
to Bill
he was.
Schrage.
I hope that I pleased him. I know he was pleased, because Dad liked him. So.
That's great. Do you remember anything about my mom and my dad when they were dating? Did you know much about my dad then?
Not really. See, I knew that the campers lived in St. Rose, where he lives there now.
Yeah,
I think
no.
that
The Ray campers out
yeah.
there.
Yes, I lived there.
They lived there for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I believe about 2 or 3 years or so. I know your dad maybe was a year. Or I believe that Hugo was born. Bruno.
Bruno, right.
He was born there yet, but I know the other 2 were born. Then I know that they had one boy and
and
2
Alfred.
were one was small, the other one was really old.
Were they known as the Wild Camp Work Boys?
Well, the one was Andrew and the other one was Alfred.
Those two were wild?
No, I don't think so.
Did you remember, Dad tells a story too of how Linus used to hide in the picket fences at that farm, and when he came to pick up Mom? Did
I
you
know,
remember any of that?
Did Andrew say it?
Yeah, Andrew said that Linus once in a while would hide in the picket fences and watch him as he went around the circle drive.
And didn't he do something to one of his tires? Or put something underneath one of his tires?
Yeah, or something like
I
that.
don't know. Because I don't think Uncle Linus liked Dad initially.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
Do you remember the first night that you met Andrew?
Pardon?
Do you remember the first night that you met Andrew when he came over to?
Well, I knew him because he was working for, for...
The beanies.
No, up
Yeah,
there.
yeah, but he was by Vincent Cutker. See, he was working for Joe Schumacher.
Right.
And then they helped by Vincent Cutker. He chopped up some wheat or something. So then they kind of, he knew about Angie, but I don't know if Angie knew much about him though. But he kind of knew her.
Right. Whoever was you. Well, they told about when you and Grandpa hosted the black and white show on the farm there.
Yeah.
And he said he remembers coming there, but he knows that Anna Jean served milk out of the
See, like, if they're on sites,